Iran and India inked 9 agreements after bilateral talks between the Indian Prime Minister and the Iranian President in New Delhi. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted on Saturday, "We had detailed discussions on ways to further deepen cooperation between India and Iran." According to India's Foreign Ministry, India-Iran trade during the fiscal year 2016-17 reached over $12 billion. The geographical proximity of Iran, its strategic location and hydrocarbon resources make the country extremely significant for India. Moreover, the historic and cultural relations between the two countries can help secure stability in the region. The Iranian President Hassan Rouhani said, "Relations between the two countries go beyond trade and business, they go back in history. The two countries are going to improve energy security and regional connectivity to reach Afghanistan and Central Asia by developing Iran's Chabahar port as well as road and rail routes."
My sense is that after the visit of President Rouhani to India and the joint statement that has been issued between Prime Minister Modi and President Rouhani has a lot of potential as far as regional affairs are concerned. And as an analyst, I would make the proposition that regional stability is closely linked with regional prosperity. And if regional prosperity is to be increased, I think Iran and India could play a very, very important role, particularly for those countries where there is a high level of instability. For instance, Afghanistan.
Iran and India said Saturday that they would increase cooperation in fighting extremism, terrorism and drug trafficking in Afghanistan in an effort to restore peace and stability to the war-ravaged country. On the final day of Rouhani's 3-day visit to India, Modi said, "Looking at our common interests, we are committed to stopping the expansion of such forces that promote international organized crime in terrorism, extremism, illegal drug trafficking, cybercrime and various forms." India has been a key supporter of Kabul's government and has poured more than $2 billion into the country since the Taliban were toppled in 2001. India, Iran and Afghanistan signed a transit agreement in 2016 to develop Chabahar port, trying to boost economic growth in the region.
If Afghanistan is to become more stable, I would say that the first requirement is, of course, to end the violence and also concurrently provide some opportunities for increasing the prosperity index of the citizens of Afghanistan. And that can only happen if there is adequate connectivity and major economies like India and Iran are able to contribute. And if this succeeds in Afghanistan, then the rest of the region will also benefit, for instance, access to Central Asia. And one hopes that even those areas of Pakistan, such as Balochistan, which are inadequately developed, would benefit from this regional approach, where the traction would be provided by cooperation between India and Iran.
The Iranian president said Afghanistan must be a vivacious and secure country, adding that Iran and India would also cooperate in dealing with the situation in Iraq, Syria and Yemen. Meanwhile, Rouhani accused the US of intervening in the internal affairs of countries in the Middle East. Why did they invade Iraq? Why are they in Syria now? Why have they occupied a part of Syria now? Rouhani's visit to India came at a time when the US President Donald Trump has threatened to scrap the international deal reached between the P5+1 and Iran over the country's peaceful nuclear program.
The overarching constraint at this point in terms of the bilateral relationship is the Iran-US relationship, because from whatever we have heard from President Donald Trump of the US in the last year since he has taken office, it appears that he is determined to reverse many of the initiatives and policies that are associated with former President Barack Obama. And clearly on the Iran nuclear deal that had been signed with the P5+1, it appears again that there may be some review and reversal, in which case I think there would be a lot of turbulence. And this is something that could be a constraint or inhibit the full potential of the India-Iran relationship.
The uncertainty over the fate of the deal has posed a big challenge to India foreign policy. However, Tehran has had New Delhi's support after India reaffirmed its support for full and effective implementation of the deal.